I just want to look at that spiral movement and study that a little bit more. So that's the warm-up where we start by stretching the spine back and forth. But then this part where I switch from here. So if I turn sideways, oops, yeah, you can't really see me on this. Yeah. But if I turn sideways, this hand is facing me right in the center. Right? It curves and it lifts and it creates a shelf. So this is right here, right? Kind of at my eyebrows. My wrist is about my eyebrows from here. The lower hand is just, maybe about 3 fingers below my belly button. So you just have to drop your arm and then drop your forearm a little bit from here. So it's between my belly button and my waist. And everything stays right in the center. And if you stretch that 4th finger, you just kind of pull and stretch that 4th finger, you'll feel that stretch running right through the center of your palm. And right where you feel it in the center of your palm, to you, that's the center. And right where the center is, right, that's where your palm will rotate. So it'll rotate this way, or rotate this way, or it'll rotate this way. But wherever it rotates, that axis point, right, doesn't move. So if it's rotating around this stick, right, the stick doesn't move. The palm will move around that point. Right? If it's on the bottom, the palm will rotate around that point. So you have to stretch that middle finger, stretch that ring finger a little bit, and you can just feel it pulling from there. Okay? So as you can just use your finger, your opposite finger, and try that, right? Just let it rotate around that point. Right? If I turn this upside down, I'm trying to keep the point right in the same place. So it's like a gyroscope. Right, a gyro where it just rotates and rotates. Now when you rotate, right, drop your shoulder. Drop your shoulder, drop your elbow. So as you turn your palm, right, you see I'm turning my palm. As you just turn your palm, and this is the same as when we use a Taichi ball, right? But as you turn your palm, practice just rotating like this. Okay, just rotate and drop your shoulder. So as you rotate, let your shoulder drop, and you can see how my elbow will drop, and my wrist, and even my fingers will drop to accommodate that rotation. Right? You can't force it like this. Right? And just allow that to turn and turn, and so you get all the joints loose and relaxed. Okay. So if you're lifting and you're coming up here, right, and the palm turns. So it faces outside, right? It has to rotate and turn here. The shoulder has to be down and elbow down, right? So if you lift here, you can do it lower, but you can see, right? I'm going to revolve right around the point of my finger. It's going to turn, and it's going to turn outwards. So this hand doesn't move at all. Right? It stays right in the center. So for me, it would be about the tip of the fingertip would be about the eyebrows, right in the center. Right? So it would come up, it would lift right here, and then it would rotate out, keeping the shoulder down and relaxed. And then it would turn here, right? And then it would turn back and drop down. Yeah? So you try that. And like I said, you don't have to be up here, you can just be here. But what you're trying to do, the exercise we're doing right now, is to get the palm to rotate right around this single point, right? No matter what height it is. Relaxing the shoulder blade, relaxing the elbow, right? So even when I turn here, my elbow's lifting, but the shoulder's relaxed, so it's falling into place, right? And then rotating back. So it's revolving around a single point. So as I'm turning my waist, right? As I'm turning my waist, I have to keep this here around this single point. Okay? So no matter what direction I'm turning, right, it's rotating around this single point. The first thing you want to make sure is keep it right aligned, right in your center, right with your spine. But you're trying to keep it from traveling all over the place. Okay, so it comes up, it lifts, and as I turn my waist, it starts rotating, relaxing. It comes out, and then it rotates back, right? It stays in that center, and then it drops down, and then it turns to the bottom. So on the bottom, same thing, right? It's going to rotate this way. It's going to rotate here. So if you imagine, I should get a piece of plastic, right? But you know, when you do that thing where you press a piece of plastic or tissue paper, we do this with tissue paper, right, to make the flowers. You press it down and you rotate it, right? You're trying to press right in the center to get it to crinkle, but you're trying to get it to rotate perfectly around the center, right? So you have that little field, that light pressing, right? You press too hard, you're just going to destroy the tissue paper. You press too light, nothing's going to happen, or it won't press evenly. So you're judging, you have to relax. Get me a piece of toilet paper, 1 square. Well, I'll get several squares. Yeah, toilet paper would be perfect, yeah. So imagine you're pressing and you have to drop your shoulder, drop your elbow, and you just pressing that light pressure, like pressing against water or like hot knife through butter, right? And then it unfolds. Yeah, so 1 square. This is like teaching potty training. Only use 1 square. I can hear all her kids teaching their kids. You just need 1 square. So you're gonna press that, right? And then you're trying to get it to, the bottom is stable, and you're trying to twist it, right? From there. Yeah. And you're trying to crinkle it, right? You're trying to get it to twist. And that's the feeling. The tissue paper, I'm thinking that, oh, the toilet paper can tear, it'll give for you. It's soft and it'll give. We're not trying to make that perfect flower, right? But that's that feeling where it just presses, right? You're just trying to get it to grab, but not any more than that, and then you unwind it from there. But it just starts tearing and moving. So if you press up, come on. Let's see. So if Bon, she just creates a shelf for me from here. So just a palm, relax her shoulder, and turn this way a little bit. Yeah. So if create a shelf for me, and she's going to open her hand. So if I'm coming up from here, right, I just want to turn. I'm lightly pressing against her hand from here, and then I'm going to lightly press down. And then keep your hand there, keep your hand there, and then it's going to come down, and then her other palm is here, right? So the hand's going to come down, and then as I turn, it's slightly going to turn from here and turn back. So the effect is let's see, if I come here, right? So I'm going to lift and come here. If you lightly grab my wrist, right? Lightly grab my wrist, right? So I'm going to turn. Don't fall off the steps. and then turn down. You can see the spiral effect coming out. So that's its spiral energy spinning out. So she represents that energy whipping outwards. So it's going to lift, right? You can see the wrapping, and then the lift, and then as I turn, I have to totally relax. Stays right in the center, and then as I come down, it turns and it wraps back to me, and then it comes down and I turn, and this time it comes outwards. It spins outwards. So you can actually see that it's extended, and she's starting to lock over here. Well, I don't know if you can see that. Right? And then I scoop on the bottom. So it spirals, right? I start small finger, next finger and thumb. So it's like scooping something, and I drop my elbow as it rises and lift, and right over here, right? Yeah, from there. Okay, so that focusing on that feeling of it turning right in the center, stretching the fourth finger. So you can, if you stretch the ring finger, the fourth finger, you feel it pulling, and it may not be where you think, you imagine the physical center is, but wherever you feel that stretching through, that's where you're turning. Yeah? And that light feeling of pressing. Oh, I look like a ghost there. That light feeling of pressing, that light feel like you're just pressing against something really lightly, and dropping your shoulders, dropping your elbows, right? Just letting it follow from there. Okay, so just focusing that. Come closer. Oh, that's weird. I need a light man. If I get too close to the camera, that light over there blows me out, and then I get farther away and I'm too dark. So right? So from here, right? Imagine you're scooping something, right? You're digging and scooping. If you're everybody's got to have done this at some point, right? You go to the beach and you dig tunnels, right? You dig tunnels in the sand, and whether it's in the water or where else, but you scoop something out, but you come right up the center, and you can be close to your body. So you could even brush. I can even brush my body. The outside of my pinky finger at this edge here, I could even brush my body, come up, right? Straight up and down. You can see it's right in the center, then lift, and then as I turn my waist, it comes out. If you need to put your other, use your finger there to help you feel that, and it comes back, and it drills down, and then it falls, and then turn. So we're just turning one way. We're just looking at that one hand, and then it scoops. And the more you turn your waist, the better. And turning. And then come down and turn. And drilling down. And then turn. And turn. Now we add one more turn. Now as I turn, it's scooping. So rising, turning, lifting, and turning. And then turning as it falls, letting the elbow fall and coil. And then as the palm falls, I'm going to turn again. And then I'm going to turn one more time, still twisting from here. Yeah? Relax your shoulder, drop your shoulder blade so you can feel your shoulder blade expanding and stretching outwards. Okay, then I'm going to turn back to that same arm. So this is my right side. So I'm turning towards my right arm. Then I'm turning left as I draw up and lift. And turn back to right. And I'm pushing my shoulder blade out while relaxing, and then it falls. Turning back left, falling, and turning, and then turn one last time. And then drill. Okay? So, as you're turning, it's that spindle, that washing machine spindle kind of effect. Right? Feeling the shoulder blade expand and stretch. So, when I'm coming here, I'm from just the shoulder blade, you have to focus only on the shoulder blade, expanding and stretching. So your whole back, you want to stretch and expand it. Your whole back opens up like this. Yeah? Your whole back stretches. So from here, so if to try and show that if Bond stands behind me, and just put your hands right on my shoulder blades. Okay. Yeah. So you watch her. Yeah, it's, I don't know if you can, you got to pull maybe a little further out here. I don't know if you can see your hands moving, just a little bit. Yeah, so you see how I'm trying to round and just, it's like doing this, right? Like just trying to stretch like that, but just the shoulder blades. So as I'm turning, as the hands are rotating, I'm expanding and opening the shoulder blades and then relaxing. Yeah. So you want to feel just the shoulder blades over here, right? If your hands are up, yeah, just stretch, just turn this, rotate and push the shoulder blade out. Yeah, there. So over here it gets nice and round. Yeah, from there. So that's something inside that it's and people won't see. People won't see that big stretch and that big spiral. So that big stretch and then letting go, and then go the other way, right? That big stretch and then letting go. So when I come up from here, then this is twisting out, this is twisting out. So my thumb can actually brush against my body if I want, right? Twisting out. This can twist here, and the shoulder blades, I can really expand and push the shoulder blades out at the same time, really round the back if I want, and then relax. So from here, then it drops. I'm going to turn. This hand will rise. I'm going to turn. Palms up and down, and then I'm going to turn and expand and stretch, and then relax and turn. The bottom hand's going to scoop while the elbow drills down, and then as the bottom hand rises, I'm going to turn, lifting, falling, and then turn, relaxing while stretching, expanding. Relax the neck so you don't overturn, and it just follows. So just letting the waist wiggle and letting all the joints wiggle. Okay. So if you want to do this standing, if you want to do it standing, knees bent, everything comfortable, right? Just starting from this move. As you turn, you're going to turn so much, you're going to feel that tension in your knees. You have to totally relax the knees. Just let it follow the movement first. Yeah, just really relax the knees. If they want to turn a little bit, that's fine, but just totally relax. Let go inside the knees, under the kneecap, and keep them bent and come down. And turn, relaxing the knees and turning and expanding. It's an interesting feeling to really relax the knee joints while you do this, okay? From here. So just getting used to relaxing the knees first. Okay? And then with the standing, we look at it first standing. What you do is whatever hand is rising, you pick up that foot, that knee, and as it's turning, right, you just let your waist turn, relax the knees, just comfortably, and then you can step down. And then as it comes back, right, as it comes back, you're gonna come up, you're gonna turn first and then come back, and then change, and turn. This is just the first part. There's actually going to be a step, but just getting used to doing this first. Yeah. Relaxing the knees and turning, right? So we're just breaking down the movement first, just getting used to stepping, relaxing and being stable. Just relaxing and being stable, finding that balance. So this could be the end of the drill, right? It could just be this much, right? If you're falling from here, you don't need the next movement, right? So we could just do this first. Just keeping the palms aligned, shoulders relaxed, and just learning to walk in place and relax. See, I'm not even scooping, right? To add the scoop in, wow, that's going to throw me all off.
Yeah, that's
Right?
fine. Yes.
But as your legs get stable, right, just relaxing and keeping your spine upright, then eventually you can make the moves fancier and fancier. So as I turn, just let the whole leg turn. Oh, relax my foot a little bit. Okay? And then from here, we want to finish that move. So the finishing move is coming up and turning and then stepping down, right, whatever angle you're at, dropping the shoulder blades and letting your palms fall. So it's like a little slap, a little palm slap. Then it comes back and stepping, and the other side rises, turn, step straight down, and give a little slap. So you have to feel your shoulders dropping, elbows dropping, palms dropping. Right? So like shaking water off, right? And it's out a little bit, out, and then rising, coming back to center, and then changing. So lifting, drilling, turning, down, right? Let everything go, and come back. And here. Relax the knees, relax the shoulders. And just let everything turn. Keep the elbows tucked in a little bit. And you're just focusing on a nice, straight, centered movement. Keeping everything aligned, finding your balance. The standing leg is a little heavy, right? Sinking into the earth and just rotating around your hips. Yeah. Step straight down, close to you. If you need safety, you could have the chair next to you. If you feel unbalanced, you can practice just letting it go and standing, right? Instead of trying to fight all the time. Sometimes we have to just practice how to fall, how to just relax and stand, right? Give up the movement. So here, right, it can twist, and then it can twist, dropping down, and then it comes right back up from here. So if you want to challenge yourself, when this hand rises, instead of just staying here, this hand could actually come right over the baihui, the center of the head, and then twist up here. Yeah. So that's an extension. So anywhere from here to a little bit more to right over the center, and that would line up with your spine. So if you're turning, right, it's like you're turning your whole spine from here. Yeah, you can see that habit coming out for me. Right over and down, and then over. Okay? So it becomes curved now from there. So that's an extension move. Okay? Or it can just stay right there. That's fine. Just right there, and turn. Okay? So walking in place. If you really want to challenge, and I haven't done this for myself, and again, this is a safety thing, but you can, yeah, I won't even tell you. I won't even tell you because that's not appropriate for this class. I'll tell you off camera, or one day if I set it up, I'll show you. But yeah, it's not appropriate for this class. I won't even go there. Okay, but so anyway, and then you can add a little bit of pump and rise, yeah, with the movement. So I can come down, right? I can lift if I wanted to, and then step down a little bit, right? And then lift and down, and then lift and down, right? So that even that small little up and down, right? Not too much, so you don't hurt your knees. You don't want your knees to extend over your toes, but even that little up and down, it's going to start working your thighs a little bit more, and start working your glutes a little bit more. As you stand, right, you're working on stabilizing all these muscles, and your core, your abdominals, of course, will get work. Okay. So just learning to turn and following, yeah, and stepping straight down, and you can come up and down. So it can be same height, or you can change the height to get a little bit more pump. Right? You know your body, you could go a little bit lower if it's comfortable, but you really don't need to go too low. Right here, I'm just challenging my thigh muscles. And stability is first. As it gets stable, then you can do a little bit more. If the knees start hurting, then give up that movement or make the moves smaller. Right? The joints start hurting, make it smaller. And then the last extension, just to kind of show you, right? This is really teaching yourself how to walk in a circle. So by picking up and turning, right? If I shift my weight and I pick up my other leg and then I keep on turning, and then I shift and I pick up the leg and I keep on turning, and up and turn, and up and turn, and up and turning in a really tight spot, right? So you just practice the leg. You could just keep your hand here. You could practice here, or keep your hand here. Keep your hand here. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Don't let it go too far out, right? So you could just practice picking up, right? Turning, stepping down, shifting, picking up, turning, stepping down, up, turning, stepping down, right? Oops, I almost fell. Good thing it's carpet.
Yeah, but you could roll over and hit your head on the chair.
It's funny because when you train specific things, you get so wrapped up, we stiffen up by mistake, right? This is just a really tight circle, right? If you wanted to make the circle bigger, right, you step up, don't step straight down. You step up, you have to step out a little bit, right? So right now we're turning, we're stepping straight down, but if you wanted a bigger circle, then you have to step out a little bit. So I shift, come up, right, turn, step out a little bit, turn, step out a little bit, then shift. Okay. Or it'll just teach you how to turn your waist as you pick up the leg, turning, turning, turning. And this is where the Taichi becomes Bagua. So Taichi becomes Bagua as we go circular and circular and circular, right? So it would come up, turn, and down, right? If I wanted to keep on turning, then I would just keep going the same hand, right? If I'm going right, right? It will just keep scooping the right hand and down, right? Right hand up and down, right? The right hand coming up and down. If I wanted to turn the other way, right? My left hand up and down, right? Just left hand up and down, left hand up and down, left hand up and down, right? So I'm just doing this continuous circle, up and down, up and down, right? That's all I'm doing, or the other way, right? Or we can do the back and forth, and then you can switch at any time. So if I'm going one way, right, and I'm walking in a circle, right? At any time I can go the other way. The other hand come up, and I just turn the other way. Just taking your time. Right? So this is just an extension of what we're doing. And then when you do all these extensions, as you warm down, just go back to the simplest movement. Right? So just remind yourself what you're doing. Right? Just turning. Right? That's all we're doing. And just come back to center. And that helps to clean up your form and remind you really what's important. Right? What's at the core of all that movement. Okay, so hopefully I'm recording this and I'll put it out there for you. You can just pick and choose what you want. The nice thing with the YouTube video is when you watch on your own, I think in the settings you can change the speed and you can just rewind and watch what you want or not watch what you don't want from there. Okay, all right. So I'm not even sure what to call this movement. I know there's a proper name for it, but I don't know. But I'll come up with a title for it. Okay, let's see if we can end. What time is it? Oh yeah, perfect timing. Oh. All right. So yeah, loosen up your legs, either standing or seated. If any of you have rollers are really good. My friend Mark Cheng really emphasized to me, we were talking yesterday, and he reminded me, because he's put out a few reminder videos about rollers. He said, remember, slow, take your time. If you use the roller, just slow rolling. It's, you know, it's sore, but just slow, take your time, just let it work itself out until the muscles release. Okay, yes?
Long 5-pound things for rolling, but we still have 2 left.
Oh, yeah. So
Is that for rolling up?
you can use that for rolling. Yeah, Susie's talking about these weight sticks that I made. So you would use this a little bit different, right? I would do it seated and just hold it and then just rubbing it this way, yeah. And you'll find, so you could use any pipe, right? Any pipe, right? And it might roll, it might just kind of rub, but just gently rolling it back and forth, yeah, from there. And they sell these massage tools, and if you look at them, they're basically just a rod with a lot of rings. So if you took, say, like PVC, and you know, just kind of sand it off the edges so they're rounded, and cut them into, oh, I don't know, maybe 1-inch pieces, but kind of round, you know, make those edges round, don't make it sharp, and then slide them onto a stick, right, and cap them. And then if you roll them, right, then all those rings would roll. So we could probably modify this into a weighted rolling massage. So yeah, I would just let it roll, yeah, or even down like this, right? 2 hands. And you could probably put it on the ground and roll on it a little bit. Yeah, just that it's skinny. Yeah, the foam rollers are larger, so you get nicer area. But yeah, you could, you know, because it's small, I could just really focus on one area from there. Yeah, just like a rolling pin. Yeah, you could probably get your rolling pin if any of you have a roller pin. Use it as a roller, right? That'd be nice because that handle pivots. Yeah. So if I do a small area, I don't know if you can see it, but if I do a small area, I can get the whole bar to roll. If it's when I'm doing the large area, it's not quite as easy to roll it. Yeah, it just depends. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. Sorry, I better stop. So I was telling Mark about you know, my knees. I'm going through knee pains, and so something to share with you. He immediately said, get the foam roller, and for knee pain, roll the quads. The quads is the top of the thighs, right? Not the back. Back is hamstring. But he said roll here, and he said roll the calf muscles. And I didn't even think of calf muscles, but yeah, they all pull, right? If the calf muscle is tight, it's pulling down this way, right? If the upper thigh muscles are tight, they're pulling up this way, and the ITB is tight, right? It's locking in. But yeah, you can roll on those things. Okay, Bon, let's finish. Come. Okay, so legs extended, nice and straight. Just wiggle everything out, relax. Drop your chin down. So as we end, you want to remind yourself on your posture, right? That nice, perfect, relaxed posture. Expanded but relaxed. Okay. Hands extended and just dropping into place. Feeling the top of your head lightly pulling the spine and letting everything fall into place. Feel the lower belly rising and falling while the chest is relaxed. Relax the pelvic, extend the legs, let the legs fall naturally into the earth. Lightly close. Let all the tension go. Slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together. Make sure you get your fingers in and out so you get the inside of the joints. Loose, let them wiggle, and then warm up your eyes. You really don't need to even touch your face, just the heat of your palms. Just relax your eyes, relax your face, just feel that heat warming everything up. Okay, and then comb front to back, just the fingertips, center to outside. Let's do 3 times. And after this, we'll pull the ears, we'll just tug on the ears, going up, unrolling the earlobes. Okay? And just slowly working your way down. Tap the back of the neck, move the head up and down just with the fingertips. Just gently tapping. Right? And then work with the fingertips and dropping the arms, pulling those muscles away from the bones, from the vertebrae. Move the head side to side, up and down. Pull one side at a time. And get way up there into the base of the skull. Loosen up those muscles. You can pull 2 at a time sometimes. Just drop the arms. Shake your arms out. Okay, and then one arm hangs down. The thumb goes right on the cuticle of the 4th finger, with the 4th finger. And the other hand just rests here, just drop that arm. The fingertips just kind of hook there. You can stand, you can seat, just let this arm hang down. And this is called a fatigue flow. So this just helps to release that stress and energy. You can do it anytime you need to do it. And you want to do it on two sides. Yeah, just let that arm hang right at the side of the body. Yeah, just the thumb right on the cuticle. It's part of a larger flow, and we want to do two sides. So again, tip of the thumb on the cuticle of the ring finger, the fingernail. Okay, so I'll be starting. I have to remember tomorrow Lanakila, and we'll broadcast at 9:30, and then Tuesday I'll be at Nakupuna Makamai. So if anybody's interested, or you know of anybody who's interested, that will be in person. Nakupuna Makamai, I do seated. I rotate between seated and standing, and sometimes we'll do sword forms. We'll just play with a lot of different things. And that will be from 10 a.m. Yeah, and right now scheduled every Tuesday from there. And later on we might add in Fridays, but right now just Tuesdays. Yeah, and if you want to come up to Papakolea, that's going to be every first and third Thursday morning at 9:30. I can't remember. 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, 9 a.m. I get all mixed up. I got so many different times. It's going to be like, oh, I woke up this morning and I went, what day is this? I have no idea. I have to rely on my phone. And it's, oh, Saturday. If I thought what I did last year, Saturday. I mean, Sunday, see? Sunday. Okay, yeah. Just gently slap. Yeah. Get everything out. Make sure you do the top, outside. All the way from top to bottom. Right? Yeah. A little bit of the rib cage. I have to be careful when I slap that side. I forgot I have my microphones on that side. Thinking, what is that big lump? Yeah, it's funny. I'm doing some of the kung fu things. I'm recording and I'm wearing the microphone and I'm going. So because the microphone is right here, when I do this, you hear this whoosh. Go, oh. Sounds like the kung fu movies. You know, they're all mic'd up, or they're dubbing it in, right? Yeah, I had to laugh though. Okay, all right. So right fist, right? Right fist down, relaxed. Left hand, your left hand, thumb is folded. And it just sits comfortably in there. Yeah? So that's a Tai Chi for Health salute, yeah, from there.